I am so stressed. Julian has soccer practice. Evan has to get his cast off.
Okay, stay calm.
And then I have to do a craft in pre-K. Mia has a music performance tomorrow at 10.
Okay, let's just take a deep breath.
What is for dinner?
Do you have 5 minutes?
Is it like a true 5 minutes?
Like a true 5 minutes.
Okay, even I might be able to find 5 minutes. What are you thinking?
I'm so glad you asked. Every mom knows there's never enough time in the day. So let's take the stress out of dinner with these extra fast recipes. If you've got eggs, you've got a fast, flavor-packed dinner. Now, my spin on fried eggs stars pesto. You could grab a store-bought container, or luckily from Tuesday dinner at Noni's, she made pesto pasta last night, and I just asked her if I could snag the leftovers. So I've got Noni's famous basil pesto, and this recipe right here is over on Just to Taste. If you don't have any homemade pesto, a jar of the store-bought stuff works just fine. I've also got 2 eggs, a little bit of avocado, totally optional, but I wanted to use this one up because it was starting to get a little bit too ripe. I've got a loaf of bread. You could use a bagel, even a tortilla works great in this, some Parmesan cheese, and some butter. So I'm gonna start with the thick cut slice of toast. My kids are huge on breakfast for dinner. We do this at least once a week at our house. They will eat eggs in every way, shape, and form. So thick cut slice of toast. Now let's pile on the flavor with minimal effort. A little bit of unsalted butter. That was a lot of it. Okay, a lot of bit of unsalted butter. But we need this to act as the glue for our flavor enhancing Parmesan cheese. Grated Parm. No cheese, no problem. Skip this part of the toast. But again, we want as few ingredients as possible, packing the most flavor possible with a little bit of time. We have a lot of boxes we need to tick for this. Fast, flavorful, not a lot of ingredients. Okay, I've piled on my Parmesan cheese. We're gonna get this cheese side down into a hot skillet and cook it just until it's crispy. No need for oil on the skillet because we've got butter on the bread, and we're gonna sear this just until that cheese is toasted. In goes our pesto. I'm adding about 2 tablespoons. You want that instant sizzle, and then just spread it around in the pan. Now we're gonna crack our eggs right on top. Eggs are cooking, so let's get our avocado prepped. It smells so good in here. That basil, the freshness from the pesto is cooking together with the eggs. I'm telling you, Noni's basil pesto, it's always a win. So avocado, I'm just gonna have. It's going my way today. Get rid of the pit. Gotcha. Cooking eggs in pesto is truly the fastest way to elevate a humble egg into the most gourmet, delicious dinner in mere minutes. All of that olive oil in the pesto cooks in with the eggs, making our pan nonstick. There's garlic in there, there's Parmesan in there, the toasted pine nuts. I mean, you can just smell it all. Delish. I'm gonna let these go 1 more minute, and then we'll get our avocado onto our toast. I'm gonna peel my avocado. You could absolutely scoop it, but I'm a big fan of peeling them. I feel like you lose less of the flesh this way. And then I'm gonna slice it up. We've got our Parmesan toast going down onto the plate. Avocado. Just gonna fan this out. And keep in mind about the seasoning, we've got a little bit of salt in the Parmesan. Of course, there's a lot of salt in the pesto, but we can hit this with a little bit of flake sea salt just to make sure we're developing the flavor at every layer. Fried eggs are going on to my avocado toast. Wow, does it smell good in here. I'm telling you, pesto is the easiest way to elevate any dish, even something as simple as fried eggs. A little cracked black pepper on top. Nailed it. And time to dig in. Creamy avocado, the pesto eggs, the crispy toast. What more could you need in a 5-minute recipe? Raise your hand if you've got a can of chickpeas lying around. This right here, plus a few other simple ingredients, is enough for a gourmet dinner. We're gonna turn this humble can into chickpeas a la vodka, and it's gonna happen in less than 5 minutes. Hardest part of this whole recipe, opening the can of chickpeas. Use my can opener here. I remember my grandma used to have an electric one, and I used to have so much fun using in her kitchen, but I'm just kind of a regular old-fashioned gal. This liquid right here you can save. That's what's called the aquafaba, and it can be whipped into some sort of a stabilizer. I'm just gonna drain my chickpeas here so we remove all of that liquid. And I'm gonna make sure that I get a lot of it to splash onto the counter. Chickpeas are drained. Believe it or not, you're 50% of the way there. Grab a pan and let's head to the stove to make our shortcut vodka sauce. 1 cup of marinara and a splash of heavy cream. Give it a whisk and then keep cooking it just till it's warmed through. Now that the sauce is warm, I'm gonna sprinkle in a couple of tablespoons of Parmesan cheese and then stir until this is melted. Final step is to add our chickpeas and then stir just until they're warmed through. Don't cook this mixture for more than a minute. The whole goal here is speed, and we don't want those chickpeas to be too mushy. This is my favorite way to kind of get my pasta fix without having to bring water to a boil, cook the pasta, make a sauce. It's a shortcut chickpeas a la vodka, rich, creamy, cheesy. Look at this. All we have to do now is get it into our serving bowl, and then I've got some crispy toasts for dunking. It's hard to believe a single can of beans turned into this in 5 minutes. Little extra Parmesan cheese on top. Cracked black pepper. And plenty of crispy toasts for dunking. Oh my God. I'm double dipping because this whole bowl is mine. This is my favorite shortcut recipe ever. 5 minutes, can of beans, dinner is done. They're truly delicious.
Good job. Really.
Is this last night's rotisserie chicken? You bet. Is it about to be tonight's dinner? Oh yeah. I first shared this recipe from my famous Hoisin chicken wraps a few years ago on social media, and I was shocked at how well received they were. This recipe was inspired by something I used to have at the Peking Duck House restaurant in Midtown Manhattan. I lived in New York for 6 years, and I absolutely loved the flavor profile of the Hoisin with the crispy duck, the cool cucumber, the scallion, and I thought we can recreate that on any weeknight in 5 minutes or less using a rotisserie chicken. So I've got some tortillas. You can make your own, but the whole goal here, fast and flavorful. So I've got store-bought tortillas, scallions, cucumber, and good old rotisserie chicken to the rescue with the sauce du jour, Hoisin. My kids absolutely love this sauce. We basically put it on everything. The only prep we're gonna do here is slice up some scallions, a little cucumber, and then carve up our rotisserie chicken, and then all that's left to do is assemble. So the scallions are totally optional. My husband and I love having them in our wraps. Kids, not so much, but then they go really heavy on the cucumber. And this is mimicking the exact same flavor profile you would have if you were doing Peking duck, except of course we're using rotisserie chicken. So everything's gonna be cut into small strips so that it fits right inside of our tortillas. I'm just lining these up, and we like the cool crispness of this cucumber, a little bit of that onion in there. And now all that's left to do is to break down our rotisserie chicken. We're gonna use the breasts and the thigh meat. This is leftover from yesterday because this is a true last-minute dinner for tonight. I've got my rotisserie chicken here. I'm also just gonna slice this into thin pieces. That's literally all the prep you have to do. Grab your tortilla and let's get this assembled. That would be kind of cool to use that shot.
Yeah.
Hot tortilla, our Hoisin. Give that a spread with a spoon. Rotisserie chicken, nice and warm. Our cool cucumbers. Little bit of scallion, and we're ready to roll. Mom tested, kid approved. That's literally it. Are we still rolling? I'm still eating. This is so insanely delicious. If I hadn't double dipped like 300 times, I would offer you a bite, Dustin, but also I'm keeping it for myself.